Hello, listeners, and welcome to Listen and Create. With Listen and Create, we'll share the first few minutes of a favorite chapter book here. We invite you to continue reading the story by borrowing a print, ebook, or e-audiobook copy from your local library. Besides listening and recommending a book, we'll also share a craft that you can create that ties into this story. You can find these project kits at your local Scott County Library in Minnesota. They are available the week this posts and are first come, first serve. Our book today is The Last Day of Summer, written by Lamar Giles and illustrated by Dapo Adiola. It is read with permission from Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. Let's listen, shall we? Chapter 1. BTSFOASTG. First of all, Grandma's teacup pig calendar lied. It said the last day of summer was September 21st. Everyone already knew September was a bad month with no good holiday in sight after Labor Day. 4th of July was at least 2 months gone. Halloween was more than a month away. But the real last day of summer was the last Monday in August. Cousins Otto and Sheed Alston had known this for a while, thanks to the big red circle around the last Tuesday in August. Inside that circle, equally red, and in Grandma's handwriting, were the letters BTSFOASTG. When they asked what it meant, Grandma said, "It's an acronym. It stands for Back to School for Otto and Sheed. Thank goodness." The boys began thinking of it as an acronym because it meant back to alarm clocks and homeroom and homework. In Logan County, Virginia, summer ended when school started. Tomorrow. And thanks to an unfortunate headline in the latest printing of the county's newspaper, Otto was not going to take it lying down. "Wake up," Otto said. He finished tying his sneakers with jerky, irritated motions and stretched one leg across the gap between their beds, nudging Sheed's mattress with his toe. He'd allowed his cousin to snooze long enough, given the circumstances. Sheed said, "Ugh, stop." Otto had risen with the sun, eager and upbeat like most mornings. As was his habit, he padded downstairs in socked feet, eased Grandma's front door open, and plucked the latest issue of the Logan County Gazette off the porch. There was usually some mention of him and his cousin in the folds of the daily paper, some new clipping to collect. The county folk loved reading about their local legends. But what he saw on that morning's front page would never benefit from his admirable scrapbooking skills. He stomped back upstairs, got dressed in tan cargo shorts and his favorite t-shirt. It was green with big white block letters that read, "Stand back, I'm going to deduce." There was work to do. "Come on, Sheed, it's the last day." The angry air from Sheed's nostrils puffed the sheet over his face into a tent. "I know, that's why I want to sleep." "You only want to sleep because you haven't read this morning's newspaper." "I don't want to read any morning's newspaper. What are you even talking about right now?" Sheed burrowed deeper under his covers, like a mole in dirt. All around, on haphazardly aligned shelves the boys had fastened to the walls themselves, amidst the model cars and their made-up superhero drawings, were souvenirs from all the adventures they'd experienced throughout the season. A mason jar holding a shiny pigeon-sized husk from a laughing locust, a lock of banshee hair that sang to them to sleep whenever the moon was full, and many more unique things to or drawn to the strange county in which they lived. Of all the trophies, it was the 2 keys to the city awarded to them by the mayor of Fry that filled Otto with the most pride. Until today. He smacked Sheed's shoulder with the rolled-up newspaper, then peeled back his blanket. "You don't really want to waste time sleeping on our last day of summer, our last chance to have one more adventure before you-know-what starts." Otto refused to say the S word. "Do you?" "Yes." Sheed covered his head with a pillow. Otto yanked the cord that zipped their blinds to the top of the window frame, flooding the room with bright sunshine. Sheed threw his pillow. Otto dodged it easily. Sheed said, "Fine, I'm up. What's with you?" Now that he had Sheed's attention, Otto unfolded the offensive newspaper for his cousin to see. She'd read it, then groaned, then smacked his forehead. I can't believe you woke me up for this. Otto turned the paper so he could reread the worst news ever, unclear why Sheed wasn't more upset. The headline read, Epic Ellisons receive third key to the city. They broke the tie, Otto said, his gaze flicking to their meager pair of keys that somehow seemed duller in this morning's light. The Epic Ellisons, a.k.a. twin sisters Wiki and Lean, were the county's other adventurers. Some might say they were rivals. Not Otto, though. In his mind, the Ellisons were clearly the inferior duo. Otto might have to talk to Mayor Ahmed about handing those keys out willy-nilly, but in the meantime... Come on! Otto grabbed his notepad and the tiny always-there pencil. The legendary Alston boys never sleep late. That nickname's stupid, she'd said, not meaning it. This legendary Alston boy does sleep late whenever his annoying cousin lets him. Exactly! Otto slipped on his backpack, cinching the straps tight around his shoulders. Like I said, never! She'd rounded the corner into Grandma's kitchen and found Otto shoveling a final spoonful of cereal into his mouth. He still wasn't happy being dragged out of bed so early, but had managed to get dressed despite feeling all yawny and stiff. He'd put on jeans that were spotted with permanent grass stains and ripped at the knees, red high tops, a white t-shirt, and his favorite purple Fry Flamingos basketball jersey, given to him by Fry High School basketball star number 00 Quentin Sparks after Sheed and Otto got rid of the ghost haunting the Flamingos locker room last fall. He flopped into his usual seat while combing a plastic, wide toothpick through his admittedly small but still growing afro, fluffing it out as far as it would go. First a fro, one day dreadlocks. A solid plan if he said so himself. Don't pick your hair at the table, Grandma said. She faced the stove, never needing to actually see them to know they were breaking some rule or another. Now go on and eat. She'd ceased his grooming, wedged his pick tight into his thick hair so only the handle protruded, and dug into a bowl of frosty loops. Otto's foot tapped the tile floor impatiently. She'd decreased his eating speed by half, just to annoy his cousin. When she'd finally finished, Otto was on his feet, bouncy and fidgety. Ready? I guess. Hurry up, then! The skin around Grandma's eyes crinkled as she narrowed her gaze in their direction. She said, Boys, why do you always gotta be at odds? One fast, one slow, one say east, t'other says west. Stop all that foolishness. She poked the teacup pig calendar, her finger right on BTSFOASTG. The time's gonna fly before you know it, so go on and enjoy your day and each other. But Grandma was wrong. The time wasn't going to fly by, and they would not be enjoying the day because things were about to get stranger than usual in Logan County. The legendary Alston boys just didn't know it yet. A great start. It sounds as though the Alston boys like to get themselves into a variety of adventures and that many strange things happen in Logan County. I'll give you a hint about what will befall them, to entice you to keep reading. Time freezes for everyone in the town of Fry, except for those who aren't, including Sheed and Otto and some strange visitors. Can they save the town? Can they get a third key to the city? To find out more, keep reading The Last Day of Summer, written by Lamar Giles and illustrated by Dapo Adiola. Our Create project for this book is a sun clock, which will help you tell time in this topsy-turvy, timey-wimey world. These project kits at your local Scott County Library in Minnesota, or instructions are available online at www.scottlib.org/summer. Project kits are limited and are available first come, first serve. Thank you for listening. We hope you'll join us next time.